Hey folks, today we're going to show you a pistol that a buddy of ours lent to us. And this one is called DS Arms B&T Tp9 pistol. It began as an Austrian Steyr design, and in 2001 the Swiss company, it's Brugger and we believe Tomet, purchased this from Steyr, including all of the patents, and then they updated the design. They reshaped the frame, improved the trigger pull, and added the 1913 style Picatinny rail, and modified the safety and selector config. It's 100% Swiss made. It weighs in at, they say, 44 ounces, and is made of a high impact resin polymer upper and lower receiver. It operates on a delayed blowback system, including a rotating barrel system. It features three safeties. We've got an internal firing pin safety, the manual crossbolt safety, which we'll show you, and then a Glock style trigger safety. It also has iron sights that have an elevation adjustable post on the front and then a winged windage adjustable one on the rear. And this particular model has an aim point red dot sight on it.
Okay folks, so Suburban Cowgirl gave you some background. Now I'm going to go through and show you more of the pistol in detail. So it comes with the 15 round mag, at least the way it was purchased by my buddy. It also has 30 round mags, which can be purchased for it. There are also 10 round mags for states that need them. It has a strap. I'm not sure if it came with this or not. He didn't tell me. But it has a strap back here which connects on the very back of the pistol. And this location here, I'm actually going to take this off. This location right back here is where the foldable stock would come into play if you wanted to get one. But you can see the space here where you'd actually put the folding stock in and where it would rotate and then where it would pull back. So as far as a pistol goes, it's not like many other. It's actually got a charging handle back here, and it charges the mechanism for the weapon. And then on this side here, you've got your catch. So you catch it back, stays open, and then when depressed, just straight down, goes forward. It's very much like other pistols in that way. It's got the magazine release right here where my thumb is. So the magazine goes in and just drops out. This is what the 30 round looks like in it. Just so you know, we haven't shot this yet. We are planning on doing it very soon, but we have not as of yet. It does have a cross bolt safety right here. You can kind of see it come out. It's got a red dot on this side behind it, which is very small, and I didn't even notice until I read some information about it that said it had it, and I looked for it, and I was like, oh, sure it does. And then when it pops out on the other side, it's got a white one right there. So that's on fire. We'll cock it, and we'll do a little trigger pull for you. It's got quite a bit of take-up. I was surprised by how much take-up it has. And then the reset is, it's pretty substantial forward. I mean, it kind of almost pushes your finger forward when you do it. Try it again there for you. It's hard to tell where that reset is. So, as far as takedown goes, before I go there actually, it's got a Picatinny rail here on the bottom, which is removable from the inside frame. And it's got a Picatinny rail up here on the top, which my buddy has attached an aim point sight onto. It's got iron sights here. That's the post for the front. And then you'd use the back over here to look down. So the rear sight and the front sight here cannot co-witness with this aim point. They're just too low. So there's no co-witnessing on this particular sight. It's also got a suppressor ready barrel where you can take off this front and It'll reveal the threads. Apparently, it requires a fairly specialized suppressor, which my buddy does not have. He's not paid for or spent the time to try and get one, but it's something he's thinking about in the future. And just screws back on there. You'll notice that, and we're going to point it right at you now. Don't get too scared. You'll notice that it's got a really big opening. It is just a 9mm pistol. I don't exactly know why. I haven't found any information as to why it's so wide here at the front, but that is the way it is. As far as takedown, this thing is kind of a bear. I'm not going to lie to you. So the very first thing you have to do is there's Glock style pieces right here, little levers right there, that both need to be pulled down at the same time. After that's completed, there's a button back here that you'll press, and this thing comes up a little bit. Once this has come up, you go back to the front of the pistol, and there's a little lever right there that you push in, and then this whole thing just lifts straight up, like that. Here's the frame. You can see inside it's really open. Each should be very easy to clean and work on. And then we move on to the barrel. So to get the barrel out, you actually have to push back, because there's, in the front here, let me try and show you. In the front there's a little tiny hole, okay, and there's a little like pin that has to set into that hole. So what you do to get it out, once again, is you'll pull this in to compress this spring, and then just lift up and pull the entire mechanism out. Okay? So that's how that system works. Now this will come apart as well into two pieces, and this is that rotating barrel that she talked about during the intro. You can see how it kind of rotates into place, and then this will slide back in. Okay, it slides back in. First thing you do is you're going to get that spring back in there. This is hard to do without being on camera, so on camera makes this even more difficult. So you'll get that spring in there, and then press this whole thing back again until you get that little piece in there, and it slides in, just like before. Okay, and then once this is on, once again, it doesn't get a lot easier. This was not the easiest thing to take down. But once it gets back on there, you're going to line up those two things in the front and push them down. Okay, and then you're going to get a good grip on the front of the pistol. That's what I found is the secret here. Once you get a very good grip on the front of the pistol, then you push this button on the back, and everything slips together. So it almost feels like it shouldn't go. It almost feels like you're forcing it, but once you press that button, it'll all just slip right in. And then you will want to, function check it. So we'll pull back on the charging handle. Release. Do it again. This time keep the trigger pulled. Let it go forward. Make sure it goes again. That is the introduction to the TP9 by B&T. I don't know how to say the name, so I'm not even going to try. I don't think there's anything here that I missed, but if there's something else you want to see before we go out and shoot it, or even afterwards, please let us know. We'll be happy to show it again. So it's a really solid feeling pistol, which I really like. We'll go over, and like I said, hopefully we'll be able to go over grip styles and things like that on a shooting video. I don't know if we'll be able to do that or not, but I'd really like to. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And there's more to come.